The large majority of folks in the automotive industry knew they wanted to work on cars at a very young age. However, that wasn't the case for Derek Cho-Sam. Derek initially went to college with the aim of being an accountant. Fortunately, for all you Nissan and Infiniti fans out there, he quickly changed course towards the automotive world. He's since spent nearly 25 years in the industry, and in fact, Derek is a Nissan and Infiniti master tech and is the owner of DRZA Auto. The Florida-based shop specializes in import cars and engine work, and they recently built a Nissan VQ37 engine for a customer with a 2011 Nissan 370Z. It's our engine of the week.
Engine Builder's Engine of the Week is sponsored by Pengrade. Precision, performance, Pengrade. Always the original green oil. Elring DOS Original. Leading technology, leading service. And Scat Crankshafts. Everything for your LS engine.
Hey everyone, I'm Evan Laux for Engine Builder, and today we're talking about a Nissan VQ37VHR engine for a 370Z. The car only had 10,000 miles and was brought into DRZA Auto after a prior shop took a crack at building it, and it didn't go according to plan. DRZA Auto had to build the VQ37 from scratch and could only save the twin turbo kit. Here's Derek himself to tell you more.
Pretty much just save the turbo kit. Everything else, we start fresh. Like old complete long block, we started fresh. Boarded out 40 over and did ARP, mains, studs.
According to Derek, some shops are nervous around the VQ engines, as they are a VVEL engine, which stands for Variable Valve Event and Lift. They can be a bit tricky.
This is a VVL engine, which is a difficult engine to work with at the moment. Lots of guys are really scared about this engine in terms of doing any kind of updates to it because of the VVL systems. Based on my background, I'm pretty familiar with it and know some tricks that I've found out playing around with them. Well, on the head system, it has a ladder system that opens and closes the intake valve based on throttle position and load. So it looks at your load, it looks at your throttle response, and it'll open and close accordingly. So it opens and closes the cam system without a camshaft. It's hard to time it and get it the right way.
Additional parts used on this Nissan engine were ACL bearings on the mains and rods, a Jim Wolf Technology valve train, stock valves, and the factory crankshaft, which can hold pretty decent power. DRZA also included 1,000cc injectors from Detchworks, a 340 liter per hour fuel pump, and twin turbos.
On that particular one, we did the AAM twin turbocharge. We bought that off-the-shelf kit, but then we modified a decent amount of the coolant lines, and we did some hardline coolant lines instead of like AN fittings, hoses, old complete long block. We started fresh. We modified a lot of the coolant lines and stuff because it's really hard to get to and really tight space into that bill. It was a challenge making stainless steel lines from the turbo back to the engine.
With the twin turbo VQ37 engine build finished up, the shop put the engine on the dyno and got around 800 horsepower out of the car. Now the customer's 370Z is back on the road as a daily driver. Well, that does it for this episode of Engine of the Week. Thanks to our sponsors Pengrade 1, Scat Crankshafts, and Elring. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have an engine you'd like to see featured, please email our editor Greg Jones at gjones@babcox.com. Thanks for watching.